Be prepared in case of a fire is extremely important, and seniors are even at a greater risk.
Yeah, Jodi Thomas from Quail Ridge Assisted Living joins us now with some help for our elderly friends and family. Jodi, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We saw this morning. It happened in the middle of the night. Fire started in a house. Let's talk a little bit about what are some steps that we need to do to keep our elderly friends and loved ones safe in their home.
You know, with our seniors, you know, you have decreased mobility, vision, hearing, all kinds of things that are putting them at a disadvantage, really. So being prepared is the most important thing. First off, for everybody, and I think we've talked about alarms a lot lately, is install smoke alarms and test them.
Yes.
You know, make sure, if you can't test them, have a family member come in and test those smoke alarms to make sure they are functioning. You know, make sure that those batteries are changed.
And put them everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, at least on every floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. You know, it's really important.
And we hear for families you're supposed to have an escape plan. That does not change once your kids leave the home.
No, absolutely not. So plan your escape. That's a leading thing to keep you safe, is to know what you're going to do to get out. Particularly with seniors, when they have wheelchairs, walkers, you want to make sure that your escape route, that those walkers and wheelchairs will fit through the doors. You know, make sure that you can comfortably get out. And also for folks in wheelchairs, make sure that there are ramps installed to facilitate an emergency escape if necessary.
So don't just count on the fact that there's going to be someone to help their wheelchair down those 2 steps.
No.
I mean, they need to be able to get out by themselves.
If it's 2 in the morning,
yes,
who's going to be there?
That's a really good point.
Yes.
What about like automated life alert systems or security alerting systems? I mean, a lot of times, you know, we talk about putting a fire alarm in our house. It's changing slowly, but they're not hooked up to anything. But now some of the newer ones, they're actually hooked up to a telecommunications system.
Oh my goodness, yes. Instant communication, where they could call emergency personnel immediately. If they hit that button and they have that voice contact right away, then they can call 911 while you're getting out of the house.
And that can save you seconds, which could make all the difference.
Make all the difference. And another thing is to not isolate. You know, once you come up with your emergency plan, share it with your family, share it with your neighbors, practice it. Because we can put something on paper all day long, but until you go through the motions, it kind of doesn't stick, you know.
Now, one thing also we need to be careful about is not having dangerous habits in our home.
Yes.
Probably don't stick, I don't know, the laundry on the stove top.
Not a good idea.
I know someone who they had a house fire because they, you know, just set the laundry down.
As nice as they are, even candles can be
I've had people dry things in a microwave. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. So, yeah, a couple things. Smoking is the leading cause of death in seniors. Smoking in bed. I mean, things with fire. Smoking in bed or around oxygen. For heaven's sakes, don't smoke around oxygen or a gas fireplace or anything like that that could explode. Really, really important. Yeah, can you imagine?
Oh my goodness.
I've had a couple of occasions working where I do that I've actually had to go out on the back porch and say, if you're going to smoke, that's great, but take the oxygen off, turn it off. You know, it's really, really scary. Really scary.
I don't know if our local fire department does it, but can you call the fire department and have them come out and look at your house and maybe do a fire
Absolutely, yes, and they are
inspection?
fantastic about doing that. Make the phone call. They will come out. They will help you plan your escape. Prior to.
Right. Not during.
Absolutely. Another thing, you know, make sure when you're cooking, don't have the loose sleeves on your stove, you know, loose clothing, things like that. And don't ever, for heaven's sakes, leave cooking unattended. Don't leave when you've got something on the stove.
Things can go south quickly.
Yes, they can.
Jodi Thomas, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
advice.
Still to come, how do real astronauts feel about the Oscar-winning movie Gravity?